President John Dramani Mahama has announced Ghana's commitment to achieving a minimum of 15% renewable energy share by 2030, marking a major step in the country's transition towards clean and sustainable power. Speaking at the sword cutting of Solar for Industries project at Dawa Industrial Zone, President Mahama said the initiative forms part of Ghana's broader energy and industrial transformation agenda. President Mahama described renewable energy investment as a strategic tool for protecting Ghanaian jobs and export potential. President Mahama emphasized that renewable energy is central to Ghana's long-term industrial competitiveness, particularly in the face of new international trade regulations. President Mahama said his administration's 24-hour economy initiative will require dependable and sustainable energy supply to support sectors such as manufacturing, food processing, mining, textiles, and ICT.
As we embrace the 24-hour economy, Ghana's need for dependable power will grow across all sectors: manufacturing, food processing, mining, textiles, and ICT. Projects like this will enable that expansion to be both possible and sustainable. Under the National Renewable Energy Master Plan, we've set an ambitious target to achieve a minimum of 15% renewable energy share by the year 2030. Through initiatives such as SFI, we're advancing this goal and aligning Ghana with the global clean energy transition. This will enable our industries to stay competitive under the new global trade regulations, including the European Union's Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, which will soon penalize exports from any country with a high carbon footprint. Investing in solar-powered industrial parks today helps protect Ghanaian jobs, maintains market access, and positions our industries to compete and export confidently under the African Continental Free Trade Area and other trade agreements we have with other parts of the world.
President John Dramani Mahama highlighted the importance of involving the private sector in managing public utilities to enhance efficiency, sustainability, and service delivery. President Mahama explained that his government intends to extend this collaborative model beyond electricity to other essential services such as water supply.
There is something to be said for injecting private sector efficiency into public utilities. And I gave an example before. Enclave Power buys bulk electricity from the power utilities and distributes it within the free zones enclave and has a 99% collection rate of bills. And the lights are always on in the industrial enclave. And so the industries there have a high ratio of power and they don't see blackouts the way other places do. And so there's something to be said for private sector participation in utilities, not only for electricity, but even for water. We're going to experiment a pilot where we have small town water systems that are broken down, that are publicly administered. And we're going to involve private sector companies to repair those small town water systems, distribute the water, and be responsible for the bill collection. After all, the PURC is the one that sets the tariffs. And so these companies are not going to be able to set tariffs that are above what our people can afford to pay. And so we're going to have a pilot both in the water sector, and we're also going to continue the efforts to inject private sector in the bill collection and the last point of service of power distribution to customers, so that we can bring efficiency in collecting revenues in order that we can pay the power generators who are providing the electricity, including the private independent power producers. And so this is something that my government is intent of going forward with.